Hey everybody, Jewel here with the J7409 Tropical Update for today. Well, what in the world's changed now? Well, we'll have to see. As you can see, I have this set for this afternoon around 6 p.m. and it looks like poor Florida is still getting rain, and some more rain. From the panhandle all the way down. I mean, some places have got flooding, like St. Petersburg has had almost 5 inches of rain. I think it's like 4.53 inches of rain. Now, well, that's getting close to 5, okay? In the last 24 hours. That's so much rain, folks. And then, of course, we got flooding going on up in this area out in here. When these systems drop down, these lows come down and bring the rain down in this area. They've got a good chance of flooding going on out in this area too. It's just rain. Would you look at this big high pressure? Folks, you can't see it all in this picture because, excuse me, I have it a little bit big because I want everybody to be able to see everything. But this high reaches from the United States clean across the entire Atlantic Ocean to the northern part of Africa. The very northern part of Africa. As you can see, we've got a low pressure line right down in here. What a low. It goes clean across the ocean, folks. That's how big this high pressure is. What in the world? I'm going to turn this on just a moment. I want to bring to your attention that right up in this area, this is still the remnants of disturbance number 1. Still raining in parts of the Bahamas right now. You see the timestamp. I'm going to turn it on and let it run right quick. I've had a lot of people ask me, are we going to have a hurricane? Blah, 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 blah. I do not have a crystal ball. This thing changes. I'll go to bed, it's one thing. I'll get up, it's something else. It's always changing, folks. But I have done a little nosing around, and I'll just give you a brief rundown of what I think may happen during the hurricane season. And I hope I am wrong, okay? I hope I am wrong. For Texas, later this month, I think you could have a threat. Now, these are just threats. I'm not saying they're going to materialize. I think you could have a threat of a tropical storm sometime this month. Also in September, I think you might have a threat of a hurricane. That's for Texas. Now, for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle, I think in September, you could also have a threat of a hurricane. Now, that might change. It might be over here in Florida or this or that, but I'm thinking right in this area from what I have seen. Now, also, now I told you what I thought about Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and around the Florida Panhandle. That's in September. Maybe a possible hurricane threat. And for Florida in general, in September, I think the entire state at some point will have probably 2 threats of tropical storms. None of this might materialize, okay? So don't get upset about what I've said, because you know how it is. You can't go but so far out. This is just what I have nosed around and found. Now, back to our systems. Here we are. It's Sunday right here. Here is this system right here. It doesn't have hardly any pressure in it, a little bit of vorticity. Looking like a lot of rain, folks, for everybody here on the islands right up in here right now. But then we got this one coming up. Would you look at that? 29.19. Well, this one's trying to do something, but the barometric pressure, when it gets to be 29.95, that's getting really high. Most of the time, that's just rain. Now it's dropped down to 29.92. It's trying to do something a little more. But then, boom, that's like that for a couple of hours, and it's all gone because why? The dust has got in it, and when it moves up this way, just like it jumped up some, the shear wind is going to get in it. Now, this big system that was out here, it's encountering some changes from dust. That's what this is all about right here, and as it moves further, the shear wind is going to hang around for a while. due to this great big old high and the other systems moving off. That's what it looks like right now. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We really need to keep our eyes on not the first system coming through here, because you can see it's right up in here now, okay? It's just rain. And it looks like it's going to ride this line, maybe the second line, probably this granite right here, and that's going to bring it further north of the island. So this is what it's looking like right now. So everybody here can take a sigh of relief. It doesn't look like you're going to get anything out of the system that's up at the National Hurricane Center right now. It could change. I can't stress that enough. It could change. But the next system that rolls on through, and the National Hurricane Center sooner or later is going to have to put this one up also. It really tries, folks. It really, really tries. They all do. And if we didn't have that little bit of Saharan dry dust, the dry air layer out there, along with some sheer wind, we'd be in trouble, because all of these would intensify like crazy, because the water is perfect for them to intensify. So this is what it's looking like now. This little fella I'm not too sure about. I'm going to stop it now because this is Wednesday. This is a long way out. All of this could change. This little sucker right here may intensify. It may not. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but last month in several of my videos I said this air was going to be hanging around, but probably the first or second week of August it was going to start to dissipate. And you can see how it is breaking up now. There's just enough there. Here's this second system that we're going to be watching coming off, and it's going to be in this air. Here is the system right here that's getting some of this dry air in it, that's going to be headed toward the islands. So this is just rain clouds, no big deal, okay? And these are just rain cloud tops too over in here from the system that previously came up from this way. That's no longer listed. It was 95 Invest 95L. It's not nothing anymore but rain, and more rain in Florida. You can see what it's looking. You know, you know about the rain. But then this is going to be the second system that we're going to go check out at the National Hurricane Center. And then right in here is going to be the second one. We'll put this on infrared real quick like, so you can see what's going on. Here is the system out in this area right in here, as you can see. This is the rain that's associated with it. This is just rain going over the islands now. It's not a storm, it's just rain. You can see all the rain from the other system as it moves up the coast. Later on tonight I'm going to get slammed from this. I have already got slammed once today. I'm making this video a little bit early because I'm not going to be around later on this evening. Well, I'll be around, but not here to do this. So I just wanted to get this out so everybody have a pretty good general idea of what's going on. This is set on 5 days, and here we go. As of 2 p.m. this afternoon, this is still an elongated area of low pressure. You could see how elongated it was with the satellite picture a while ago. It's just a big and elongated area of low pressure, folks, and it's located over the central tropical Atlantic Ocean, several hundred miles southeast of the Lesser Antilles. Now, it's generating widespread disorganized showers. Now, you saw all that rain. You saw some showers. Now, some slow development of the system is possible, and a tropical depression could form well east of the Leeward Islands by early next week. Well, we saw where it tried to ramp up. Once again, though, don't get this confused. It would develop into a tropical depression, not a tropical storm or a hurricane. Now, it could do this sometime, next week. Slow development of this system is possible, but it should do this well east of the Leeward Islands. Now, while this low moves west-northwestward, it's moving pretty fast, so it don't have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. It's moving anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. The upper level winds are forecast to become less conducive for development. In other words, they're going to kind of tear it apart, and it's going to start to disintegrate as the system approaches the Leeward Islands Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, the chance of it forming in 2 days is 20%, and in 5 days, it's 40%. For all my friends out here, do not fret. If I see any changes whatsoever, I will be sure and put it up. Now, for all my friends over in Hawaii, we got to check out for you guys and see what's happening now with Eric and Flossie. Right now, we have Eric right here. It's a tropical storm. 50-mile-per-hour winds. It's moving west-northwest at a pretty good clip, also around 14 miles per hour. It's got a pretty high minimum central pressure at 1,000 millibars. And if you're checking it and going along with it, if you do it the old-timey way on a piece of paper with 2 pencils and you put them together on your latitude and longitude, and then you put wherever they meet, that's where it's at. Well, it's located at 16.8 north, 157.4 west. And then we got Flossie. Flossie's holding on to be a tropical storm. Like Eric over here is 50-mile-per-hour winds. He's already started to disintegrate, and he's well south of the Big Island. But Flossie's only 4 miles per hour from being a hurricane. But we'll have to wait and see. Flossie may reach there, but I think Flossie will probably stay a tropical storm. We'll check it all out. It's got 70-mile-per-hour winds. Now, its barometric pressure is lower, 993 millibars. If you're tracking Flossie, 17.1 north, 137.8 west. Flossie is moving west-northwest really fast at 17 miles per hour. Well, where should Flossie go? Flossie should go north of Hawaii. It should remain a tropical storm until it gets up to around Hawaii, and then it's going to start to disintegrate and take a sharp turn to the north and become a depression. It'll probably be a depression by Tuesday morning early. It might even make it that way late Monday afternoon. We'll have to wait and see. And Tropical Storm Eric did the very opposite of Flossie. Flossie's tracking to the north, while Eric tracked down to the south. And it is a tropical storm. It should remain that way right up until Sunday morning early. By Monday, it should become a depression, and then it's going to weasel its way on up to the north-northwest, and then finally north also. And before we get out of here, we do have this other little system trying to make up in the eastern North Pacific. It's just a bunch of showers and thunderstorms at this time. It's a broad area of low pressure, and it's about 850 miles southwest of the southern tip of Baja California Peninsula. It has become a little better organized since yesterday. Now, some additional development is possible later today or tonight, while the low moves generally west-northwest at 10 miles per hour. So it's moving a lot slower than Flossie or Eric. So it does have a chance to develop in this area before it would enhance any shear wind at all. It could become something. Now, some additional development is possible later today or tonight, while the low moves generally west-northwest at 10, and after that, the upper-level winds are not expected to be conducive for development. So it's got a 30% chance in 2 days and 5 days also. And that is wrapping it up for the tropical update. Once again, my friends, if you're right in here, I'll set this on 5 days. I just want to make sure that all my little island friends know what's happening. Right now, this is probably going to turn into a tropical depression. In other words, very tropical moisture, some wind, nothing that you cannot handle. I'm talking from the teens to the 20s, okay? Nothing that you cannot handle. This is what it's looking like as of today. Now, it should come this way up to the north. Now, some of the northern islands in here will get a lot of rain from it, probably. We'll have to wait and see till it gets a little bit closer to be for sure. But right now, it should not be a tropical storm or a hurricane. We will watch it. However, another system's going to pop off over here. It would not surprise me if the National Hurricane Center does not put it up in the next 2 or 3 days, and we'll have to watch it also. So, everyone, have a safe evening, a good evening, a blessed evening. Thank you so much for everything you do for me with your donations, your sharing these videos, watching my videos. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And for all the new subscribers, thank you. For all my old subscribers, I love each and every one of you. Take care, my friends. Peace, love, and kindness to all, and thanks so much for watching.